G'day everybody, it's Dave from Wing Chun Mind Force. Today I'm making the second video about the Bart Jarm Do, the butterfly knives of Wing Chun, and I'm going to talk about the most basic and very important part of this form, the way that Master Chu Shong Tin advises us to train. It's what's called the double circling knives. So this one goes like this. And this is in the start of the form, and it's right through the form. But he suggests we use this as a training before we even start going through the whole form. He talks about training with the double circling knives and the what he calls the triangular steps. So we'll start with the double circling knives, and this particular stance is called the probing hand stance, with probing hand knives. Now that's new to me. I only discovered it literally today reading Seagul's book. Probing hand knives is the translation for this beginning stance. So it's not like that. I was actually taught that years ago, to stand like that. But Qigong stands like that. So whatever Qigong does, I take that as the standard. So we start in this position, and then it's basically a Hun Sao. The knives come out, circle around, and then they drop down. And it's the wrist power we're using. Now the secret is your mind's in the blades. Your mind's in the swords. If you can hold your mind along the edge, I think that's a good place to put it, or you can put it into a point in the knives, or you could just, maybe you can just sort of feel the whole knives in there, but it's essentially just to practice this. Nice and relax your whole body, all the things we do in the stance. Circling around and dropping down. So you'll recognise this if you think about it from this part of Chum Kyu, where we've stepped and then we go like that. So do it again. So it's a D shape. Round, comes out and around, and then drops down like that. Now, interestingly, thinking about this, I realise this is in the pole too. One of the reasons I personally think the pole probably was part of Wing Chun from the start. I don't mean to be a heretic, but I do think there's a good chance it wasn't just given to us by somebody else, because I think the pole conforms to lots of other things that are right through the forms. But anyway, for the point of this thing I'm talking about now is when we're standing like this, there's a part in the pole form where we've come out and down, we strike down like that, and we come around, and we drop down. We only do it once. Like that. So it's exactly the same thing that we do in the knives and in that other part of the Chum Kyu form. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Anybody watching who wants to have a go at this, let's just approach this knife form, which is a very advanced form. Let's approach it the proper way. So really you shouldn't be practicing this form. There's nothing wrong with you having a go at it, but you're not ready for this form until you've really learnt the lessons of Sil Nim Dao, the lessons of Chum Kyu, the lessons of Bill G. And I might even say perhaps the dummy. Though I think from memory people used to learn the knives after Bill G, and then the dummy came after that. Anyway, I'm making these videos for you, depending on who you are. Even if you're an advanced practitioner, you might pick up some useful ideas from what I'm talking about. So let's just stick with this part at the moment. This simple thing, keeping your spine up, Tai Gong on, spine filled up, Fong Sung, relax everything, empty your wrists, get your mind into the blades. Just drops down, and the blades do the work. You keep your mind in the blades, and as I mentioned in my first video, when you're fighting in traditional Wing Chun in the old days, these were sharp. They did the cutting. But these are the blunt ones for practice. They're nice and heavy, and they help us train, get the right feeling. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you next time.